Hey y'all, I hope y'all have had a good weekend. Mine's been pretty good, up and down. I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that in a minute. But let me get going here on what I'm going to fix. I'm just going to make this super easy dish tonight. This is something that I come up with back years ago whenever I had leftover ham. It is simple. You may already do this, but I just want to share it with you in case you've never done it. It's the perfect little dish, especially if you have leftover ham. Alright, so what I'm going to do here first, I just have some ham here that I have chopped up, just like this. And I'm going to throw that in my skillet. Let me get this over here. So I'm going to get y'all up closer so you can see. I'm just going to pop that in there. I think my skillet's done got cold now. Let me turn it back up a little bit. Now I'm just making a small amount, but that's one good thing about this dish is you can make however much or little you want. But anyway, I love ham, and that was always one of our favorites, like for Sunday dinner or even for Thanksgiving. We would rather have ham than turkey. And my favorite kind of ham are those picnic hams. You know, you just slow cook it for like maybe 8 hours, and then you just pull it apart. Those are my favorite hams. I love all kinds of ham. But that's my favorite. That's what my grandmother always cooked whenever I was growing up. So anyway, I had some left over, and then one day I threw this together, and basically all it is I fry up a little bit of the ham, and then I throw some onions in, and then I throw some potatoes in, and it's just like fried potatoes with the ham in it, and it is so good. And then you can just do a vegetable with it. You can just eat it by itself. So yeah, I thought, well, I have a few potatoes that I need to use up, so I thought I'm going to show y'all that tonight. And the thing is, y'all know these Kentucky Legend hams. Well, I don't typically buy these unless they're on special, because I do not like that price. Well, I had to run into the grocery today, and they had them on special, so I thought, oh, I'm going to get me one. And that's, like I said, that's the only time I ever buy them. And you can do so many different things with it. And so I thought, oh, okay, that's what I'm going to make tonight. It just sounded so good. I love to make sandwiches with it. I have like a pasta casserole that I make with it. Of course, these potatoes. I have a soup that I make with it. I have so many different things, and it really goes a long way, and it lasts a long time. But anyway, so yeah, tonight I'm doing the ham with the potatoes. And so and I have me some green beans back here cooking. So let me let this fry up for a second, and then I'm going to put my peppers and onions in, and I'll come back. Okay, y'all, our ham has fried up quite a bit. I'll let you look at it, just little pieces like that I chopped up. And now I'm going to put in just a little bit of butter. And then I'm going to throw in our onions. And I have some bell pepper here tonight that I'm going to throw in. I don't always put bell pepper in it, but I had it in the fridge, so I thought might as well use it. Okay, so I'm going to melt this down, kind of deglaze that skillet a little bit. Same way I do everything. Y'all know how I do. And then I just have just a little bit. I didn't have any white onion. I still forgot to get any. But thankfully I had the red and then a little bit of the pepper. Just toss that in. Y'all, and I'm going to tell you, I'll go ahead and warn you, if you have never fried ham like this, the only bad thing about it is it pops like crazy. That's why as soon as I put that in there, I put my lid on, because I don't know what it is about it, but it pops worse than bacon, sausage, anything that you could ever fry. It pops, like big pops. So have your lid ready to put on there, and then I always just gently raise it up and try to give it a little stir. But anyway, and I hope all of y'all seen all the little Halloween stuff I got yesterday. I went to Walmart. I kind of got a little crazy in there just buying stuff. So I have so many different little Halloween treats to share with y'all. I love making cute little stuff like that. My boys always loved Halloween. I've always loved Halloween. Just the decorations, the pumpkins, And I don't like the, I don't know what you'd call, like the, I don't like a mean, I don't think of Halloween as a mean thing. I just think of it as just like a fun little kids going trick-or-treating. So I just don't want you to get the wrong idea about why I love Halloween. But anyway, I'm going to get started on that in the next day or two. I may even make a little something tonight. If I do, I'll do a video. I probably won't post it until tomorrow because it may be a little bit late. I'm a little bit late getting on here tonight. Like I said, my weekend's been up and down. I finally went and hung out with my friends Friday night. We just kind of sat on the back porch and had some pizza, and we streamed the high school football game. So that was really nice. I was glad to do that and finally see them. I hadn't seen them in so long. And then yesterday I was planning on going back, and we were going to watch college football. And then around 3 or 4 o'clock, I guess, I laid down and went to sleep, and then I just slept all night. So it just, I mean, I can just derail at any point in time. And then today, me and Bella, we got up and we went for a hike. I kind of had a bad morning, but then we went on and went for a hike. So it's just, I'm kind of all over the place, you know, I guess just with this time of year. But I'm trying and I'm pushing, and y'all help me so much. And so I'm so thankful that I can get on here and just express myself to y'all and kind of talk with y'all, because you're always so uplifting. But it's just, you know, I mean, at this point, it's almost like it's not even one day at a time. It's like 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time. But anyway, I know I'm going on yakking. Let these onions and peppers saute up here in here a little bit with this ham, and then I'll come back and I'll show you our next step. Okay, y'all, our onions and peppers have softened up a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all of this out on a plate. You can see it looks so good. It's all cooked up together. I'll show you in a second. Hang on. All right, and I have a little bit of butter here that I'm going to put back in the skillet for our potatoes. So I'm going to let that be melting, and I'll show y'all this. You can see it a little bit better. See that? Doesn't that look good? And the reason why I go ahead and take that out is because now I want to put my potatoes in there, and I'm going to want them to cook a lot longer than I'm going to want these, the ham and the peppers and the onions to cook. Because I like for my potatoes to get a good crispiness on the outside, but I like them to be really soft on the inside. So I cook them for a while. After they start getting really good and brown, what I do is I just turn the stove down and just let them slow cook for a little bit, and that's just my favorite way to have them. All right, so our butter is melting. Let me get you back over here. So I have about just 5 potatoes here that I've chopped up, and I'm just going to pour those in. That was just what I had left, and this was the perfect way to use them. I'm just going to stir those around just a little bit. And then I'm not going to put any seasoning on there yet. I'm just going to let these cook for a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on, turn it back up a little bit. I'm going to let these cook, and then I'll come back and I'm going to let them start getting that crisp on them, and then I'm going to season them. So I'll come back and show y'all the seasons I'm going to put on them. Okay, y'all, you can see that our potatoes are starting to get a little bit of color on them, so now I'm going to put some seasoning on there. So I'm going to do some paprika, and of course all this is optional. You can put on it whatever you want. This is just what I like to put on. Just a little sprinkle. Okay, a little bit of garlic powder. Alright, not much. A little bit of Creole. Just a little sprinkle like that. Okay. Now, just some black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper on them. It's really good. Okay. And then a little bit of kosher salt. Just because we have that Creole and everything, and it's kind of salty, so I always taste and then see if I need to add more. Alright, and then after I do that, I just toss them around really good That way we can get all that seasoning all over them. And then one other thing that I will add closer to the end is a little bit of parsley. But let me show you how they're looking so far. See that? They're getting that nice crust on the outside, but they're softening up on the inside, and that's what I like. So what I'll do, once I get them the color on the outside that I like, I'll just turn it down and just let them slow cook, and they're not gonna burn, as long as you keep it at a reasonable temperature, of course. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna turn these down. I'm just gonna let them sit here and hang out, and then I'll come back and we'll finish this thing up. All right, our potatoes are getting fried up so good, y'all. Let me let y'all see them real quick. Don't those look good? I'm telling you what. Smells so good. I hadn't had any fried potatoes like this in a while. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of parsley on these. And this is all optional, y'all. If you have a favorite seasoning you like to do on your fried potatoes, then just use that. Any of it is good. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, let me see if I can get you a little bit closer so you can see. Now we're just going to put our ham and our onions and peppers and everything back in here. The hardest part of this, y'all, is trying to keep yourself from eating on that ham while it's sitting here waiting on the potatoes to cook. That's the hardest thing about it. And so now really all you have to do is just kind of let that cook back together for just a few minutes. Let that ham and everything get back up good and hot, and that's it. That's all there is to this. I'm gonna let y'all see it. And it is so good. It's a good comfort meal, but so easy, you know. And like I said, it's perfect for leftover ham, which I just bought that ham, but whenever I first started making this, that was how I come up with it, was with some leftover ham. And so I was trying to decide tonight if I wanted to do this dish and show y'all, or the casserole dish that I made, which has pasta instead of the potatoes. But I decided on this because I had those potatoes that needed to be used up. So y'all, if you think you might be interested in the casserole, y'all let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make that with some of that ham before I use it all up. And also, if you have some leftover ham recipes, then share that with me too in the comments. I'm always interested in knowing like good leftover meals like that. I love it whenever I can get a couple meals out of the same thing. If y'all have not noticed that, I love that because it just makes everything go so much further. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up because it is all done and it is good. I'll tell you how this is really good if you like white beans or pinto beans. Cook you up a big pot of beans and cornbread, and then fry these potatoes up with this ham. It is really good with that. I mean, it is perfect. And these green beans, y'all, I about cooked them to death because I put them on way before I started this, but they're still delicious. And I threw a little bit of ham in these too, since I had already cut it up. But don't that look good? Just a good little comfort meal. All right, let me get me a fork. Hang on just a second. Turn all this off. Okay. Like I said, I love ham, y'all. Don't y'all love ham? I love it. So good. Let me try these green beans. Now, I know I've showed y'all my green bean recipe, but I love green beans too. So good, y'all. You gotta try this. And I said, especially if you have leftovers, or if you just like me and you come up on one of those little hams on sale, get one, and you can make several different meals out of that. I think after the sale price was on that ham, I think I ended up paying like $6 and something for it, which is a really good price for those, considering how they're typically 12, 14, 15 bucks up, depending on the size. So, and they go so far, you can really stretch them. All right, y'all. I hope y'all try this. I hope you love it as much as I do, because this is a favorite of mine. I'm going to probably get started on some of these little Halloween treats, and I will see y'all then. Bye-bye.